So by now you probably saw yesterday's game number 4. Montreal losing at home after having the lead is really heartbreaking. A lot of folks are bummed out, but we definitely did have ourselves some post-game entertainment. And no, unfortunately, I'm not talking about the subsequent fines handed out to Dylan McIlwraith and Arber Xhekaj. We already spoke about that and how ridiculous those are. But in this video, I wanted to go out there and talk about some of the other commentary that was going on after yesterday's game number 4. From folks on the Sick podcast, from Jakub Dobes of the Montreal Canadiens, and just some extra commentary as well from Tom Wilson, because he happens to be the main character of a lot of what went down over the past few days here. But starting things out, I wanted to just revisit the tale of the tape. Maybe it's a little bit sensitive at this point. I know some Canadiens fans probably don't want to talk about yesterday's game number 4. But we did see ourselves, the Habs, blow the lead and inevitably lose in regulation 5-2. Not a great look, for sure. But also interesting yesterday is the moment that started the comeback. Because the Habs did have a 2-1 lead. It's just, and you saw my reaction during the game, it's just, there was a specific moment that really changed the fate for Montreal that resulted in Washington tying the game, and then they inevitably took the lead, and then they inevitably scored 2 empty netters to win the game 5-2. Because moments before Brandon Duhaime tied the game up at 2-2, there was a big, bold, and boisterous hit made by Tom Wilson on Alexandre Carrier. And that hit may have changed the momentum of the entire series, let alone just the game. Tom Wilson, as Alexandre Carrier is trying to bring the puck up into the middle, ends up absolutely taking Carrier's head off. Okay, maybe not directly to the head, but the primary point of contact looks like it's to the upper shoulder, collarbone area. Maybe he gets a bit of the neck there, maybe he gets a bit of Carrier's head. And just the still from the screen grab, it doesn't do it justice how vicious this hit was, because in real time, when you watch the clip, Alexandre Carrier is going, and then boom, he stops. He just hits a brick wall. And it is unfortunate because shortly after, Carrier, he needed to leave. Like, he was not feeling good. He ended up skating to the bench, and whilst he was skating to the bench, that's when the Capitals had the rush, which resulted in Duhaime getting the goal. And, of course, Carrier, he's a D-man, so there should have been another defenseman back on the opposing rush, but he had to go to the bench, so obviously he's not involved to be able to stop the rush. It's just Mike Matheson all by himself, and yeah, it's not really great. There's a steal in front on Matheson, and the rebound is there. That's kind of how the goal goes in. It's just an unfortunate turn of events for the Montreal Canadiens. But this is what was tweeted out by Peter Tabernak. It's a clip from the Sick podcast with Tony Marinaro. 10 seconds after Tom Wilson purposefully headhunted Alexandre Carrier, the Capitals scored a momentum-changing goal. Both Tony Marinaro and Pierre Maguire agree this should have been a 5-minute major for charging. I believe Wilson deserves to be suspended for this atrocious hit. Then there's another reply. This is the best angle. Even with the much bigger Wilson's shoulder touching his head, Carrier's body hasn't moved at all. All the initial contact was to the head. Anyone who has ever played contact sports understands this. It's embarrassing that the refs allowed this. There are a whole bunch of folks going out there and saying that this was a headshot. These are just 2 examples on social media. And now we have ourselves even more controversy because Jakub Dobes went out there and spoke out about that same hit. I felt like it should have been a whistle. It was kind of a scary hit, but I guess the rules don't apply for everyone. Dobes speaking about the Tom Wilson hit on Alexandre Carrier. And the top reply is the Tom Wilson crying gif. Wah, wah, wah. Like, okay, we can regurgitate that as much as we want, but that definitely was a big moment, and it changed the course of the game, if not even the series. So, you know, Jakub, you're getting yourself into a ruckus by talking about Tom Wilson like that. He's not going to like it, but ultimately, I just love the fire that Dobes is playing with here. He was good, honestly. Yesterday, I know a lot of folks would go out there and criticize, hey, it's the pucks out in front, hey, it's the Mangiapane shot. But as we had spoken about in the postgame, man, there were a number of great, amazing saves that Dobes made, especially on the penalty kill, the 5-on-3s. It was a really big moment for him to be able to survive the first 2 periods with the lead like Montreal had, but inevitably giving up 2 in short succession in the third, and then the inevitable 2 empty netters as well. It just totally killed everything for Montreal. That third period was a third period from hell yesterday, and now they're down 3-1. So, if Dobes has it in him to go all Yara Halak, then hey, I wouldn't be opposed to that, but of course, as we had said earlier in today's show, that's a very improbable ask out of anybody. Hey, just go out there and casually make 52 out of 53 saves. Go out there and make 48 out of 49 saves. Demanding 40, 50 plus saves out of anybody is kind of ridiculous. So, for Jakub Dobes, who is technically a rookie still, that's going to be a very tall task for him to conquer. Now, I'm just wondering, what is Tom Wilson's response going to be? We already saw after game number 3 in Montreal that Tom Wilson was fake crying, and he said that, oh yeah, it's for one specific guy, and we all figured it out afterwards that Tom Wilson's fake crying was towards Juraj Slafkovsky. That was a really funny moment, and it gave us some big meme material for the next few years. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody is going to have that gif of him crying saved in their bookmarks at some point to bust out anytime there's anything involving Tom Wilson. But it wouldn't be too out of character for Tommy Wilson to go out there and start maybe roughing up the physicality against the goalie? I don't know, man. You can't really leave anything up to chance when it comes to that guy. So, Jakub Dobes, when you're going out behind your net trying to stop the puck, or when you're making a save, when you're maybe outside the blue paint, please be careful, buddy, because that Tom Wilson might be going out there trying to get his revenge. Oh, he's gonna knock you down, and then he'll be like, oh, the league takes me too soft, eh? Okay, like, there is totally a poking the bear situation that I'm thinking about here with Jakub Dobes and Tom Wilson. I definitely think it's possible that he decides to go after the goaltender in the next little while. Plus, Montemo's already out, so if Dobes ends up getting hurt, then that would be like, yeah, great, we could get Primo in, and then it'll be even easier for the Capitals to storm their way to victory. Oh man, playoff hockey. Just make sure that Josh Anderson is always out there whenever Tommy Wilson is out, so Dobes gets protected as well. But I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Firstly, about the Wilson hit on Carrier, how that changed the momentum of the game, as well as Jakub Dobes calling Wilson out and saying that the league's rules don't apply to him. Kind of funny, isn't it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.